Hey guys, how you doing? This is Cena Abachi. I'm the creator of Advanced Cars and Bikes System. The version 2 is out, and this is gonna be the first video, the first tutorial showing you how you can use Advanced Cars and Bikes System V2 to create a car in Unreal Engine that performs exactly like it does in real life. The car that I chose today is Ford Crown Victoria, which is one of my all-time favorite cars. It's a really nice car, V8 something like the US police cars was Ford Crown Victoria for a long period. So yeah, I guess this is a good choice to test ACABS out. In this video, you're gonna learn how you can set up your vehicle, how you can make it perform exactly like real life. It's not a normal system. It's really advanced. So you need to tweak a lot of advanced vehicle or car mechanical variables in order to reach what you want. But I simplified it for you a lot. I give you a query that you can give AI, and you can instantly have the exact performance of a real life car, because AI is gonna search the numbers like horsepower, weight, and everything for you. You don't need to worry about those. And then in the end of the video, we're gonna have a one-by-one comparison between our in-game footage with a car drag racing going from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 0 to 60 miles per hour, and we're going to compare it with the real life footage of Crown Victoria and see if they perform kind of the same. We're also going to have a look at the suspension. We're going to make the suspension to feel like real life. We're going to add a steering wheel. We're going to work on Ackerman system steering wheel, like an accurate real life steering wheel based on the wheel widths and track widths and wheelbase, things like that. So yeah, buckle up, and let's jump in. Let's do it. All right. The first thing you need to do is to purchase Advanced Cars and Bikes System. It's easy. It's a paid plugin on Fab. You can buy it and install it to your project. After you do that, you open your empty level or your existing level. Let's assume this is an empty level. I'm gonna actually open an empty level like that. So this is what you have in your project. This is Unreal Engine 5.8 that I'm testing right now. And then this is what you get. Okay, let's say you have no game mod and this is your empty level. Easy as that. Anyways, so once you have your level and you saved your level, of course, the first thing you need to do is to find the Unreal Engine plugins content of Advanced Cars and Bikes System. Go to your content browser. If you can't find this, it's under menu, under window menu. You can find content browser here. Make sure it's there. The next thing you're gonna do in the content browser, on the right side, there is a settings button. This gear one. You click on that. Make sure these are checked. All right. So plugin content, engine content, developers content, C++ content. Make sure they're all checked so you can see them. They're visible. After you set them, you check them. Now you go to a folder up here called engine, and then you double click on this folder plugins, and over here you have to look for a plugin, like two folders, starting with the name Advanced Cars and Bikes System. Now, so these are the two folders that you're looking for. All right. For me, it's in a different location, but don't care. For you, it's under engine plugins. Okay. For me, it's over here, which is because I made it. Anyways, so once you find the folder, you get two of those. One of them has a C++ icon, and the other one has a plug icon. What we need to do is to I'm gonna first introduce the plugin to you. So it's the plugin contents, and then we're gonna create one from scratch. It's so easy. Don't worry about anything. It's easy to use. This plugin is really easy to use. Maybe it takes you a little bit of time to tweak your car to have it exactly like you want, but the rest is easy. So all you need to do is to open this folder, the plugin one. So these are the contents you get. So you get some FX, these are Niagara system, you get yourself some sounds, the test map that the playable demo that you have on YouTube. You have the exact map and exact material and everything inside these maps. You can go ahead and test it out yourself. You have this level prototyping, not a big deal. General assets, like you have suspension, steering, so you have some wheels, some street lights, an empty body that you can work on. Maybe create your test vehicles on it. And so for this video, for the sake of this video, if you don't have a 3D model, let's say of Ford Crown Victoria, you can use this guy. Okay, so yeah, so you got yourself some general assets. You also have some wheels that you can use. So basically you're set. You don't even need to have your own static measures, skeletal measures. This will do it for you. You also have this type of wheel as well. So you shouldn't be worried about anything. You're all set. Okay, but if you have your 3D model, then better for you. Anyways, back to this folder. You have your FX, you have your curves. These are for different cars. We don't care about that. Again, you have these blueprints. These blueprints you see here, none of them is used in any project. Is used in ACABS. These are only for the test map that you saw. It's just a moving platform, an oscillator for testing the collision, like a traffic creek and traffic straight point. These are for the traffic system, but still not used here. These are actually C++ classes. You don't need to worry about it right now. We have a separate video for traffic AI and traffic system and mapping your entire city. That's a different one. And you get your spline as a spline actor. It's nothing. You can add your spline from here. I just search for a spline. Oh, what happened? Spline. You see, spline mesh actor, things like that. You don't even need to worry about this one or anything. The rest is like a game mode and a vehicle player controller. These two. Basically, you don't even need to care about these two because you may have your own game mode and vehicle controller. Okay, the only thing is set inside this game mode. We are using this player controller, and inside this player controller, I set that. Let me show you. When you press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you switch between cars. So this is what you get for the test map. That's all and all. But we don't care about these at all. We don't need to touch it. Okay, so forget about this. The other thing is these inputs. So you get all your input buttons, input actions, and input mapping. Open the input mapping, and you can see throttle, turn wheel, handbrake. You can change the button to whatever settings you want. Maybe you want your forward, backward, left, and right with like up, down, left, right arrows. I set it to WASD and space bar for handbrake and things like that. So you can tweak them over here, but keep in mind that the naming of these input actions that you see, the name, like IA horn. I wish it named honk, because I feel like horn is a bit inappropriate, but anyways, it is what it is. Just at the time I was making it, I think my English reached to an end when I was making this. Anyways, so the names you see, like IA reset, IA nitro, IAN, IA horn, these are legitimately the names that has been used in C++. So if you want some level of automation, do not change the name of these IA input actions. But if you want to change the names, it's okay. You have to do one extra step later on inside your vehicle that I will tell you. But if you want no worries, just keep the names as is. But if you change the names, I'll told you, you have to do one extra step. Anyways, going back to the plugin content, and I was about to say plugins shit. The next is sound. Open the sound, and these are all the sounds that... Why is it not playing? Is it not playing in my ear? Let me see. Yes. Oh yeah. So yeah, these are the sounds that has been used for this project. You can use them. We're gonna see how, like, which ones we use for a drift and skid mark and like nitro. So these are the different sounds you get, and you have your vehicles. Here's this interesting part. Anytime in the process of making your vehicle, like right now we are making a Ford Crown Victoria, and you face a problem, you just refer back to here. You just go to off-road, and then you get your Jimmy. This is based on real-life Suzuki Jimny. okay? Or you just come here, go to vehicles, go to super sport, and then you get your McLaren. This is McLaren. I forgot which McLaren it was, but it's based on real life McLaren. All right. So McLaren has a model that has exactly same performance as what we get in this plugin. All right. So these two are basically replicas of real life cars when it comes to performance. So yeah, everything that you see in the demo, you get access to those here. You can go inside of its blueprints. You can see how it's made. You can see what kind of numbers we have in their properties, like the suspensions, and then you can change them or you can copy and paste them. You can do whatever you want with them. So we use these as a reference. Oh, you can just place these in your game, you know, use what I make for you. Just change the static mesh to your liking. That's all. Yeah, so that's it for the content folder. The rest, like what we use now, is gonna be this C++ folder actually. So you go back to your engine and then plugins, and then you find over there you find these two folders. This time we're gonna go to the C++ folder. You don't need to be worried about coding at all. We don't touch C++. We don't touch any of those codes at all. All we need to do is to create a child blueprint class out of the C++ classes that we get here. You see all these C++ classes, they're actually mostly copy-paste of each other, except street point, traffic grid, and what else we got? It's... yeah, that's the only two. So these two are responsible for traffic system and traffic AI system. You don't need to touch those right now. It has its own separate video. The rest is just a copycat of each other. Like we have 3 different suspensions. This one is the ACABS version 1. That you have a full 3 hours and a tutorial for it. Also, you have another quick guide about this one, which is like about 15 minutes. So you get your suspension and vehicle. This is ACABS 1. This is Advanced Cars and Bike System 1. You get your, like I already uploaded a tutorial for it, how you can use it at 0 to 100, A to Z guide of how you can use ACABS 1 in your project. So that's that. But in this video, we're going to use the ACABS 2, the latest update, latest and greatest update, which is using ACABS 2, which is using suspension plus and vehicle plus. That's it. What's the difference between suspension and suspension plus? The difference is a lot. We have 2 demos. You can download both demos and compare ACABS 1 and ACABS 2. But in ACABS 2, you get your dents and everything. You get your real-life performance system. You get better suspension. You get better frame rate independency. It's much more solid. All right. It's the latest update. Why do I have the ACABS 1 still in the project for you guys? Because you may want better performance. You may want something that's simpler and softer and lighter in terms of performance and in terms of like gameplay. So yeah, you get your vehicle, first vehicle. But I'm gonna use ACABS 2, which is vehicle plus and suspension plus. If you don't have a static mesh for your vehicle and you want to use a skeletal mesh for your vehicle body, you have to use suspension plus SK and vehicle plus SK. These two are exactly same as a suspension plus and a vehicle plus, but just because they have an underline SK in their name, now they support skeletal meshes as their body. All right, so your vehicle body can now be a skeletal mesh, and you can animate it if you want. Basically, for the sake of this video, I mean, I'm used to using static meshes. I don't like skeletal meshes. It's hard for me to understand it. So I use static meshes for everything. And actually, you know what? Advanced Cars and Bike System will animate the static mesh for you. You know, the wheels will spin correctly. Everything works in place. Actually, everything you see in the demo project, it's made out of static meshes. But it feels like skeletal mesh because it moves, it has these axles and everything, and a steering wheel and shift knobs. Those are static meshes. Ain't that cool? But you can have a skeletal mesh too. Up to you. We're gonna use static mesh right now. If you have your skeletal mesh for this video, make sure you use the SK versions of both of them. So, I'm not gonna talk more about this. We're stuck here for so long now. If you open them, by the way, you get access to the code of Advanced Cars and Bike System. So easy to understand. It's well written. It's documented. Anyways, we don't care about those. You don't need to care about those. Nobody care about them. We care about blueprints here. All you need to do, first thing, right click on your vehicle plus and create a blueprint class out of it. Mentioning again, if you have skeletal mesh, use the vehicle plus SK instead of what I chose. I'm gonna name it to BP underline crown wick, which is gonna be my car. I'm gonna paste it inside my BP's folder. There we go. Easy as that. Created. Going back to the content folder, again to this C++ folder, now I'm gonna have suspension plus, right click and create blueprint class out of it in my BP's folder. BP underline crown wick suspension. All right. That's it. Easy as that. I'm gonna put it up here. Control Shift S, saving my project. Now I'm gonna go to my blueprints content, make sure these are there. Actually, you notice that I have this curve right now. Don't worry about it. I can even delete it right now. I just held it for you guys to see. Like, it's for me. Don't care about that. We're gonna create a new one together. So yeah, these are the two blueprints that we created. This was for my tests. So Ford Crown Victoria, I'm gonna open it. This is the blueprints we get. The first thing I'm gonna do is to import my static mesh. I told you, if you don't have a test or a model to test this ACABS, all you need to do is to go to the content folder on the of ACABS and go to General Assets. There we go, Vehicle Body. I click on this and then I select this. I go to my Ford Crown Vic, and then on the static mesh, I press this button, it's pasted here, so I get my car. But I have a static mesh for an FBX file of Ford Crown Victoria, so I'm gonna use that. I put it in the models section. So this time I'm gonna do it differently so you can learn a new thing. You just drag this up here to your blueprint and then drop it here. This is a new way of doing it. So I have my Crown Victoria over here. Anyways, that's done. Control S or Control Shift S, compile. You don't need to compile. This will be done automatically when you play the game, but but we do it. It's a bad habit I have. Anyways, maybe not even bad. Maybe it's good. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. Now we need to add 4 suspensions, and guess what? Wheels are connected to the suspension, so don't worry about that. Let's add the suspension. What do? I clicked on this add, and I'm gonna add this PP Crown Vic suspension that we created. Hold on a second. Okay, where were we? So yeah, let's add the suspensions. We already created the suspension with this name, so we know that. I just search for PP underline Crown Vic suspension. There we have it. It's done. All you need to do after that, actually, I'm going to rename it to sauce, let's say front right. Okay, now I'm gonna copy and paste it. Control C, Control V. What a weird name. So I'm gonna have it back to this. Front right. The next one is gonna be front left. The next one is gonna be, so we have 4 suspensions, right? Rear right. The next one, rear left. There we go. Next, we're gonna place it in. So how do we do that? I'm going to change this to, it's actually 5, it's okay. So I'm gonna front left, let's put it in position. So with my eyes, I'm gonna see if it's actually in position. Should be here maybe. What's the number? 75. 80 would be great. 180. I think this is a good spot. So for the front right, I'm gonna hold shift and right click over here, so it copies this location. And then for the front right, I'm gonna paste it here and change this minus to a plus, so it goes to the right. And for the rear ones, 80 to the left, just like the front ones. And then how much to the back? Boop, 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 boop. Is the good place? I think this is a nice spot for it. So maybe 120. Yes. Now I'm gonna copy this. Oh, this is right? This should be 80. And for the rear left, I'm gonna paste it here. Minus 80. There we go. So what's the next thing that you need to do? I'm gonna select all of these suspensions that I have, or you can simply, if you want to only change one place and it affects all of your suspensions, then you have to go to your suspension blueprint class that you created. I don't want to do that just now because I want to have, maybe I want for the easier use, because for the sake of this tutorial, I have to jump between these two windows. I don't want that to happen. Otherwise, instead of selecting all of these at the same time, I could just go here and change the properties over here. But I don't want that. I want it to be seen better, feel easier. So you select all of your suspensions. And what you need to do is you see what? Suspension. So everything in advanced cars and bike system, everything that is made in ACABS is under a category called properties. So you select your suspensions, go to the details panel. If you don't see that, it's under Windows details. And then inside the details panel, you get a section, a category called properties. And inside the properties, you get everything that ACABS physics offers you. Okay, so the first thing we care about is simulation, and then the frame rate independency, which is you don't need to touch it just yet. The next is gonna be this setup, and then in the setup, you open this component tag, you'll see wheel mesh tag. So what is this telling us? You can change it to anything you want, but by default it's wheel. It means that you need to have an static mesh under this wheel component, under this suspension component, to be considered as the actual wheel. So what I'm gonna do is to select, for example, this front right, and then I'm gonna click add here, static mesh, just a simple static mesh. Oh no, I may, how? Front right, add static mesh component. What is this? Instant? What? Why I can't add it? How? Okay, you know what? I can drag and drop it. It's Unreal Engine 5.8. I feel like there should be a static mesh component, but it's not here. So I can simply select a different static mesh, like anything, like this, for example, this cylinder. Okay, and I'm gonna change it to static mesh to my wheel mesh. So the next thing you're gonna do is to go to your 3D models. I have my 3D models here, and then you search for something called wheel, right? I already have it for you in your assets plugin folder. In your plugin folders, content assets, you get some wheels, right? I'll show you. So I go to this plug. Where is it? Plugins, content folder, general assets, and you get wheels. You can select any of these wheels, or you can select this wheel with collision. This is what you're looking for. For me, I have a new 3D model for the wheel. I'm gonna double click on it. I'm gonna make sure the collision is fine. So I'm gonna remove any collision it has. I wanna add a collision to it. I don't like that. Is it 2060 capsule collision? Sphere simplify. I think this is okay though. Yeah, you see how the collision look like? It's fine, I would say. But can I make it like more precise? Is it possible? I want to see what happens. So make sure your wheel has collision. If it doesn't have collision, it's fine. I'll show you a way, because ACABS will automatically add collision to it. But if you want the exact collision of your wheel, then this is how you do it. Okay, I'm gonna see how it's done. It did it like that. I don't like it. So I don't want collision. The collision I would like to have was this. It's fine. So yeah. Also for your car, make sure you have your collisions set right. So I'm gonna add, for example, a capsule collision just for you to see. Right now, I have one collision for the body, which is this one, and then another collision for the cabin, or the car's interior. That's it. This is a collision of my vehicle. You can have as advanced as collision you want, but for your vehicle, you must have collision. For your wheels, it's okay even if you don't have collision. Anyways, you make sure collisions are there, and now I'm gonna add the wheel to this static mesh that we have. I'm gonna drag and drop it inside the crown wig over here. There we go. That's my wheel. You see? And you notice it's under this FR, right? The next thing I'm gonna do is click on this button to set it 0, 0 position. Bring it down a little bit, just so that it looks in the right spot. Anyways, I'm gonna copy 3 of them. Look, by the way, we forgot. The name must have the word wheel included in its name. My English sucks here. Let me think for a second. Yeah, you must add the word wheel in the naming of your static mesh. That's gonna be your wheel. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna rename this to wheel front right. That's it. Now I'm gonna copy paste 4 times. This one is gonna be front left, rear right, rear left. So we have 4 static meshes that has the word wheel included in their name. So front right one is there already. Front left one under front left suspension. Rear left, rear left, rear right, rear right. Okay, I'm gonna select all the wheel static meshes and click on this button. Make sure they're in place. Bring them down. Yeah. So for now, I'm gonna put them up here because we don't care about those. It's already indicated with a red sphere where your wheel is going to be placed when the game begins. All right. So I'm gonna select these suspensions itself. I'm gonna bring them down a little bit, maybe like that. And what I'm gonna do, the next thing after setup is this suspension part. I'm gonna click on this core spring, and I'm gonna adjust the height, the power, and everything of this spring that I have on this suspension. So suspension power and suspension damping. The less damping you have, the more bouncy your vehicle gets. The less power you have, the softer your suspension will get. So yeah, these are the things that you can change. I would like to have it at 3,500. We can tweak it later on to see what happens as well. Yes. These other things that you can see, you can also change these to your liking, but I'm not gonna touch it just yet, okay? Because I'm gonna explain it in a second. First of all, this suspension race ratio, if you hover your mouse on any of these properties, it will tell you exactly what it does, okay? Exactly what it does. But I'm gonna tell you about a few. For example, your suspension is this long, and then your vehicle is on the ground. how like where on along this suspension, where along this spring, where do you want your wheel to actually rest when it's standing still? Is it right at the bottom? Is it in the middle? Is it a little bit higher? So see how it changes. 0.3. Look. So this yellow sphere and this red sphere goes higher. It means that your wheel will stay up here for the for any time. 0.5, 0.7. These are the things that you can tweak and adjust yourself to get the best result. I'm gonna put the suspension height to 35, bring it a little bit lower. I want my suspension to be here, maximum there. Or you know what? No, I don't like it. I want to be here. Is it okay? Maybe, yeah. What happened? What happened? Yeah. This much, I think it's okay. Because this red sphere is showing where the wheels will rest. And then this yellow one is right in the middle of it, right? So for the collision, not this one, simulation, okay? So this collision and simulation, they're kind of the same. Like, I'll tell you what. Under the simulation, you have this simulation mode. Right now, it's set to be angled wheel mesh. This means that it's using the wheel's static mesh or skeletal mesh. It's using the wheel's collision that we just set. Okay, so this is the wheel's collision. It should be a static mesh. The wheels must be a static mesh, by the way. You cannot have a skeletal mesh wheels. A skeletal mesh is only for the body, by the way. So I was wrong there. So yeah, you have your wheels mesh, and make sure you have your collisions for your wheel set properly. And here you can use angled wheel mesh, just like that. If you don't have the right collision, like right now, I would say my collision is not right. The wheel doesn't look like that. It's gonna feel steppy. Puck, 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 puck. I don't want that. So what if I want it to be set automatically? All you need to do is to select angled sphere. Now it will have um uh, a circular collision system, just like an actual wheel. It will not consider the sides, by the way. So it's actually like a real wheel. So the sides of it will not, even though it looks like sphere and it says a sphere, but it will not collide when it hits something on the sides. All right. And guess what? Everything is adjustable. You can even do that if you want to. I'll tell you how. After you set it to angled sphere, now contact limit, you can set the width of your wheel. See? This is like 50, 10. This is how narrow or how skinny your wheels are. This is the width of your wheel. I would say mine is like 25. And then this is like how much from the front to the back of the wheel do you want the collision to be happening. This is like, you can have it like to 20. You can see it with blue lines. It's already shown. 40, like 89 point something. It means that it's full circle, or like half a circle, let's say, collision detection, as you can see. So yeah, I'm gonna see if my wheel actually meets the. Yeah, you see what's happening? This is the width of my wheel. Actually, I would like to have it as something like 30, which was better, or 35 was there by default. It's a good wheel width. We can change it later on. By the way, you don't need to care where these wheels are located, because when you start the game, they will automatically teleport to the right place. The next thing we're gonna do here is, I'm gonna bring this down or put it over here, is wheels radius. So after I put my wheel over this red sphere, I'm gonna click on suspension. There's a section called visuals. You click on that. Wheel setup, you click on that. Now you can set the radius of your wheel. I want to set it to 35, which seems perfect. And this visual wheel width, you don't need to care about it just yet. All right. So you don't need to be worried about this. but I can set it to 30 or 35 if I want to. I'm gonna change it for all of these, by the way. This was 35 and this was 30. And then so these are for visuals. Again, we don't need to worry about these. We don't have our spinning springs visuals just yet. We're gonna come back to it later on. Now it's set. The next thing we're gonna do, I think right now the suspensions are set up correctly, so it should work. But we have to do a few other things before we start testing. Okay. I'm gonna select all the suspensions, not all the suspensions, only the front ones. So front right and front left. I'm gonna have them as so I'm searching for something called steering in the details panel of it. By the way, notice that everything is under this properties section, so I don't even need to search for it. I can simply find it. It's here, steering. Just open that, and then wheel setup. And now for the front wheels that I selected, I'm gonna go that these are steering wheels. So is a steering wheel? Yes, front ones are. I'm gonna search for something called drive. I'm gonna click on here, drive and brake, and open this one. See, drive and brake wheel setup. Here, I'm gonna say, is it drive wheel? I'm gonna say no, because I know like before we search out Ford Crown Victoria's performance or specifications, I already know that it's a rear wheel drive. So front wheels, they're not drive wheels. So I immediately uncheck this checkbox. And of course they don't support handbrake, because I believe in cars like this, handbrake is only affecting rear wheels. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna uncheck the handbrake as well. But it can brake, yes. So that's our setup for the front wheels and for the rear wheels. Of course, they're not steering wheel, and they are drive wheel, means that they receive power, and they support handbrake, EX, and can brake. That's right. The next thing we're gonna do is to set up the steering system. The steering system in this game, like, I'm gonna talk about it in a second. Okay, let's see if we can test it first. Hit compile and save. The next thing we're gonna do is gonna be setting the inputs, the keyboard inputs for your vehicle. All you need to do is to click on this vehicle crown wick, or click on this class defaults, both the same. You scroll down, again, same thing, under properties, you get everything that ACABS offers you. I'm searching for a section called input, open that. You have your states, you have your mappings, all right? State is for you to see in game what's happening, but mapping is what you care about right now. All you need to do is to go to your, again, go to the plugins folder, plugins content folder, go to the input folder. Sorry, give me a sec. All right, go to the input folder and scroll down until you find this IMC vehicle. This is input mapping that we discussed earlier. I'm gonna close it. Just click on it, go back to your vehicle, click on this button, it's imported. Now it should work automatically. You don't need to set these one by one, because in the code, I created a function inside this blueprint code, like using C++, of course, that it will automatically search for some names, these names, in your folder, inside the input mapping, and it will automatically assign them itself. That's why I told you do not change the name, because it's not case sensitive, but it's name sensitive. If you change the name of IA steer, so your input actions have a different name, for example, for going for any button or any behavior, all you need to do is to select your input action like this, turn wheel, and then come here, make sure you have your, for example, steer. Make sure you have it assigned over here if you change the name. If you do not change the name of this turn wheel, for example, for the steer, then you don't even need to import it, okay? It will automatically be assigned in code, all right? So Once again, if you change the name of input actions, make sure you import them one by one. But if you don't change the name and using my the created ACABS IMC vehicle, then it will be assigned automatically. Okay, and it can be turned off. It can be turned off so that it does not rewrite your imported ones like this. You import these ones. This will automatically rewrite it. As I said, if you don't want that to happen, you just uncheck this one so it will not auto set input actions from mapping. You can hover your mouse, automatically finds and assigns vehicle input action assets from the configured mapping context. This, so everything is set for you, already wrote it. If you hover your mouse on anything you see under properties, it will tell you what it does. So it's fully documented line by line. Anyways, inputs are set. I'm gonna hit compile, save, go back to your map, go to your world settings. Now here is where you need to have your own game mod. Right now for me, it's a new project. It's empty. I'm gonna go to my Advanced Cars and Bike System plugin folder, and then content folder of it, blueprints. I have one game mod over here, and then I'm gonna click on this. You see, we are in world settings, by the way. If you don't see it, it's under Windows world settings somewhere. It's this one. So under world setting, default pawn class, I'm gonna say my default pawn class is gonna be this Crown Victoria that we created. Yes. And the next thing is that make sure that your starting point is not down here on the ground. It should be a little bit higher. That's why in so many driving racing games, you see the vehicle starts a little bit above the ground and it falls down before you start. And that's why you have to bring it up a little bit. I'm going to bring it forward so you can see. That way, your vehicle does not spawn inside the ground. It will actually destroy it instantly, the actor. So you can't even play. So I'll put it up here and hit play. This is the first test of ACAB. It's not working. It's not working. Why? Why? I'm going to go to my Crown Vic, click here, go to input, mapping. It's because we unchecked this auto set input. I'm going to check it back, compile, save, go back in, play. It's working now. I can see it's working. I'm going to press R so it resets. We're going to fix that in a second as well. I'll tell you what. But it's working. Look. It's already driving. So the engine, the power currently is set to be like a Suzuki Jimny, which is not what you want on a Ford Crown Victoria. It should be much, much stronger than a Jimny. Also, we need to set up the steering in a better way. The weight of the car. There are so many things that we need to work on together. Doesn't feel right just yet. I'm gonna click on my vehicle. In order to make the steering system, the turning of your car, the actual way it is in real life, you need to use a system called Ackermann system. So what does an Ackermann system do? I show you Ackermann system. I'm gonna show you an image. There we go. So what Ackermann system says, it says that when you're turning left, the left wheel is turning more than the right wheel, and vice versa when you're turning right, of course. Look at this. It's not like a simple rotation. Okay. So with that being said, your goal is to have your wheels to turn just enough so that they create two lines that will intersect a line going out of your rear wheels in at one point. So all these three lines that you see, they have to cross at one point straight coming out of your rear wheels. This is the best turning radius. This will give you the best turning radius for your car and most efficiency when turning, least amount of drift from the wheels. So this is what we're gonna do. It's actually so easy. I already implemented the system for you in ACABS. All you need to do, select your front wheels, front right and front left, go to the details panel of it, search steering, as you can see here, open this Ackerman, and the only thing you need to do is wheelbase and track width. Wheelbase is the distance between front wheels and rear wheels, and track width is the distance from right and left wheels. How can I do that? I just want to select one of my suspensions, go up here, see it's 180 to the front, and then rear one is 120 to the back, and these are 80 to the right and back. So yeah, I'm gonna select all four, go here. It was like 180 plus 120, and track width was like 160. Yeah, compile and save, go back in the game, play. I'm gonna see, pressing R to reset. Yeah, Ackerman is already working. I can see my what's happening here. Huh, we have to fix that as well. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's perfect. I can already see that the like going left, the left wheel is turning more than your right wheel. Yeah. Oh my god, driving it, it doesn't have drift at all anymore. It's like it's working well enough. Also, holding handbrake, it's only locking the rear wheels, and like normal braking, locking all wheels. Amazing. It's working so far. Okay. So I'm gonna try the suspension as well. So I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna hit this one so we depossess. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna bring the vehicle up and let go of it. Okay, we're gonna fix what's happening for the rear wheels, of course. I'm gonna see. Yes, there are things that we need to do for the vehicle because you see, look what's happening. It goes under until here, and then all of a sudden it jumps down there, which it should not. Okay, that's why we're gonna go back to our system. I'm gonna check out collision and everything, suspension, collision. We can have our clip check, but that's not what we're looking for here. Slope, lean, counterforce, bottom out recovery. It's already enabled, but yes, I found the problem. You need to have your suspension to be longer, like a 50, 60, 70, and then bring it up to here so that it doesn't go to the ground. This introduces a new problem, but I will tell you what. It's actually too far. It should be like that. Maybe. Yeah, you see what's happening? I'm gonna... Which page? I'm gonna close this Ackerman system. We no longer care about Ackerman system, right? So deep... Alt tab, depossess. Let's see. Click on this guy. Yeah, you see what's happening now? It's no longer going inside the ground, and I feel like it's too much springy. It's going in the air whenever I do this. So we're gonna fix that as well. I feel like the vehicle is too light also. So yeah, and the other problem that we can fix is this. You see, the wheel is going through the vehicle's body sometimes, especially the front wheels. Let me see. Yeah, you see that? You see that clipping? We can fix that also. But I tell you a trick for those, that any vehicle, any car game, any racing game does that trick. Also, I feel like the vehicle is like rear heavy, so the rear of the vehicle is heavier than the front of it. I feel like. I'm not sure why. Is it though? Let me see. Yeah, we're gonna fix those in a sec too. Now, the general vehicle things are done. I'm gonna... Oh, yeah, actually, let's address this problem first. So this 3,500 should be 5,000 maybe, as it was before. So this will make the suspension less springy, more like real life. Look, I mean, nobody does that in a real vehicle, but like it's much less springy. If you can see, you see what's happening here. Yeah, and then I can reduce the power of the suspension. 120,000. This will no longer jump the car. Yeah. You see how good it became? Oh my god, it's great. Now for that clipping thing, you see this clipping, this is what I was talking about for the front wheels, going through the hood or bonnet or whatever you call it. We're gonna fix that. And as you can see, it's already accurate. The wheels are bending. See what's happening? So we're gonna fix that in a sec. So in order to address that problem, you need to add a new thing to your project. It's called a capsule collision. And then I need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. 1 under each wheel. 3, 4. And then I'm gonna select all these capsule components. Click on this button. So they are in position. I'm gonna make them. So this is a trick that I invented myself. I'm 100% sure that like legitimate racing games also use the same system. So you just make it this much, put it down here. This will say that, hey, like nothing can collide above this, right? Nothing can collide above this. So I'm gonna make it somewhat skinnier, like that. And I'm gonna bring it down. So no wheel. So wheels cannot go above this, which is exactly what we want. This is basically a hard end for the wheels. So you just put it in the right spot. Make sure it's right under this yellow sphere. Because above this yellow sphere, that's where things get buggy sometimes. That's what you want. Yeah, let's see. Push down. Should go until here. It's still not working. So I'm gonna. Oh! It's not working because I have to select my capsules and I have to search for collision. Collision, and this is not overlapping all. This should be block all. Yeah, and then characters cannot step on it. Journal overlap, heat events, no. Simple as that. Compile, save. Oh yeah, you see it's buggy now? It's because these are under suspensions. This should not be under suspensions because when they're all under suspensions, they will collide with the vehicle itself. They should be under vehicle. So they do not need to be under suspension. Keep that in mind. I'm going to compile and save. You see, they are wherever they were before. See, they're in position, but they're under the vehicle, not under the suspension, okay? Keep that in mind. That was my bad. Now, see what's happening? The car cannot go inside the ground, even the front of it. I don't know why that happened. I'm gonna see, no matter what I do. Yeah. Yes, it's not clipping in anymore. Yep, that's good. I like it. All right, that's it for that. The next thing we need to do is to bring in the real life performance of the car. By the way, the vehicle that I have, the static mesh, is the exact real life car. Is 5.3 meters in length and height and things. These are like actual real life size of this vehicle. So all the things you see here is kind of like real life. Okay, like the track widths and all. You can search them on Google as well. But I made your life easier for everything. Also for this suspension, springiness, power and damping. Even these is considered as an easy work when you're using what I tell you. So down in the description, you can download something called ACABS Real World Vehicle Tuning Template Query, something like that. All you need to do is to download this file, open it, copy whatever text you get here, or you just drag and drop it to ChatGPT or any other any other AI that you have. Just drag and drop this file, the query file, onto ChatGPT. I cannot drag and drop it. Okay, I'm gonna copy it and paste it for ChatGPT, and then write the name of your vehicle, Ford Crown Victoria 2007, and press enter. Okay, easy as that, and press enter. I already did it once for this video, and it took it 8 minutes to come back with an answer for me, so I'm not gonna do it again because I did it before this video. There we go. I gave it the file. If I open it, you can see it's the query that I gave you. It's down in the description. You can download it. You give it to your AI, and then you say the name of your vehicle. There you go. You have all the information for Crown Victoria. For me, it took 8 minutes to come up with an answer. It told me everything for from model year, mass, whatever you need. Like engine type, it's like a 4.6 liter V8, 224 horsepower, peak torque 275. Oh, actually, pound feet of torque, something like that. Or 373 Newton meters at 4,000 RPM. And then red line is 5,500 RPM. Max is this one. Mean is this. Idle is this one. There you go. You get everything. And then 0 to 100 kilometers per hour or 0 to 60 miles per hour is actually 9.8 seconds for the KMH. So 0 to 100, 9.8 seconds. This is what we're looking for, creating our game. So in our game, our Ford Crown Victoria should feel and drives and moves with the exact same acceleration of the real life car, which is 9.8 seconds, right? So there we go. 0 to 100 to 200 kilometers per hour is not reachable. Performance figures are estimated rather than on Ford published test figures. Okay. Anyways, wheelbase, front track width. If you remember, ours were like 160 and our wheelbase was like 300. And it's like 291 in real life. You see how accurate we got? The next thing we need to care about is the mass, which is this. Curb mass is around 1,860 kilograms. So I'm going to go down a little bit until it tells me what to do. I'm going to go down. Yeah. You see over here, it's telling me exactly what properties I need to set and what not to set. It's actually easy. But for the mass, we're going to do it. Or it is going to tell us as well. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Yeah, I want to go up here. Or down here. Yeah, you see this section 3, it says physics, center of mass and everything. I'm gonna set this part first for the sake of this video. You can do it as the third section, but I'm gonna do it as the first section. Okay. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna show you. It's actually so easy. You put one of these on the left side of your screen, your Unreal Engine on the right side, and in your vehicle you just click this class defaults settings, or you click on the Ford Crown Victoria blueprint class, and then on the right side you get all your properties to go through one by one, right? You don't need to anymore because AI does it for you. All I need to do is to go up here and do it from one by one from this one. Okay, start copying and pasting in. But I want to do section 3 first because that's what I like to do. Dynamic center of mass. Copy, paste, off. 0 says, okay. False. Yes, 0 center of mass when balance lost. This is for motorcycles mostly. Actual mass, 1,860. You see, ours were like 1,450, which wasn't what we were aiming for. So that much. Normal center of mass, minus 90. It says minus 30. I would like to go for minus 50. Okay. Why do I go for minus 50? Because I know the center of mass of my current static mesh right now is right in the middle between the two seats. And I feel like we need to go 50 centimeters down from there. That's what I like to have. It says minus 30. I'm 100% sure this will make your car flip on turns, at least on my static mesh. So yeah, minus 50. And that's it. Going back to section 1. This is all it says to do. B is tank. This B this B at the beginning of the name of this variable, it means that it's a boolean. This is a C++ thing. You don't need to worry about. This is true. Engine starts on begin play. Yes. Everything is self-documented, by the way, so the name tells you exactly what it does. But still, if you're confused, you just hover your mouse over it, and I already wrote a small description for you what it does exactly. For example, delay between requesting an engine state change and applying the request to start or stop state. The value is expressed in seconds. Basically, it means that when you turn on your car, how long did it take in seconds? So I would say this is 0.3 or yeah, but it says 0. It's an instant. This is an old car, so I would say 0.3. Mean RPM 6,500. 650. Max RPM 5,700. Red line. Oh, what did I do? Red line. So you go through all of these. 5,500. I am not going to slow down the fasten the video when I'm filling this, because I'm gonna explain a lot of things along the way. So ideal downshift 1,500. Rev boost 900. This tells what they do exactly. Rev boost max RPM. So this rev boost is like when you were standing still, for example, like in a racing game, when you're standing still, you rev boost to 2000 RPM. All of a sudden, you let go of the throttle. It boosts the vehicle a little bit. It launches better, right? So this is actually a rev boost max, and rev boost means that what's the opening of the RPM, that if you keep your RPM along that between this mean and the max, it will give you boost. Okay, did you get it? So for the boost, to get your launch better in a car, you need to have your RPM exactly as it's mentioned in their catalog, for example, to have the best performance. And this is that one. Rev maxed. I did it. Desired max full speed, full throttle. Yeah, this is the max speed that your vehicle can go. Handbrake rev limit 0.52. So what is this one? Handbrake rev limit. So when you're in game, you hold the handbrake and you hold the gas pedal at the same time. How much the RPM should go up from? This is the percentage of max RPM. So 0.2 is 52 means that if I'm holding handbrake and I'm pushing gas pedal at the same time, it will rev up to half the maximum amount of rev. Launch boost strength. This is how much power you get when you have your boost. Rev boost mean and max. This is basically 0. So maybe on a Ford Crown Victoria, if you do that, nothing happens. So you have it on 0. So yeah, you can change it if you want. I would 100% change it to put it to something like 1 or 2 for my racing game, because when you're saying 3, 2, 1, people actually like to hold the rev at the actual nice rev limit, so the car launches better. So make sure you add a nice number like 1, like 1, like 2. I don't know. Test it yourself. Launch boost something. Braking speed before reverse 5. So you see, in car games, it's actually so nice and dramatic. You're going forward, and then all of a sudden you hold the rear button, and then first it brakes, but from a certain point it starts to rotate backwards, to go in reverse. You're going back, and then you're going in reverse. If we set it to 0, it will hold brakes until it reaches the 0 speed, then goes in reverse. This is so sluggish. This is great for city driving, but not for a game that's gonna make you feel good. Enable rev cutoff. It's true. Enable rev cutoff. So rev cutoff, you already know. At the limit, at the maximum RPM, it goes. This is that one. You can turn it off, disable it. Rev cutoff on last gear. Do you get it? On last gear means that why do we have it? Sometimes some cars, when they reach the last gear, they never do a cutoff. It just speed goes up and up. Maybe it's an electric car, so you turn it off. Cutoff vehicle RPM. It's 100. So cutoff vehicle is like something like that. You get it? How much RPM do you lose on each cutoff and you gain back? Cutoff time per second. How many times per second it's gonna go? Then one. Yeah. 8 times a second. AWD burnout. So if your vehicle is an AWD, all-wheel drive system, so all your wheels are B is drive wheel through on them. So all your suspensions and wheels are getting power from the engine. If that's the case, you turn this on. All right. This is for the donuts or for the burnouts, where you hold where you hold gas pedal and reverse pedal or brake pedal at the same time, so it starts burning out the wheels. On an AWD car, you don't get all your 4 wheels spinning. It's not possible. So this will lock 2 of the wheels that are supporting handbrake. So if you hover your mouse, you'll see what it says. It says exactly what I told you. Section 2, which is a transmission and drivetrain. Let's do that. Be automatic transmission. 2, that's a 4th crown width area. You get your nice shifter behind your steering. We're going to set that up for the visuals as well. Second wing, clutch enabled. Crown width does not have a clutch. Hold upshift while drifting. It means that if you're drifting, should this automatic transmission change the gear? Oh yeah, so when you're in an automatic transmission, you're trying to drift around with your car, and then all of a sudden your car shifts up. It will ruin your drifting. In a video game, you don't want that to happen. Maybe you want to turn it off, and that's how you do it. So hold downshift while drifting. Same story, but for downshift. So you have 2 separate ones. Enable engine brake on throttle release. Yes, this is an exciting one. So on so many cars, when you let go of throttle, it will slow down, especially at lower. You're going higher speed, and then you let go of the throttle. It's gears, right? It will slow down the vehicle so much. Does it happen? Yes. You make it. You put it through if you want to. I don't want to do that. I would say best use case for this is to, for example, you're making an electric car in Unreal Engine, like a Tesla model, whatever, and then you have like 1 pedal driving. So when you let go of the throttle, it starts braking. So this is gonna be great for you. Be auto downshift on coast. It's true. This one's meaning that like when you're coasting, when you're turning, should it be able to downshift when you're turning, or when your vehicle loses power as you're going fast, or turn or something, or you let go of the throttle and it's slowing down, yeah, should it downshift? I said yes. Use drivetrain curvy. This is an exciting one. I'm gonna keep it false for now, because we have 2 systems in ACABS 2. One, a super simple system for those who don't want to touch curves at all. You don't care about the performance shit or anything. You want to keep it simple and easy. You want to tweak 4 or 5 numbers and there you go. Then you keep this turned off, meaning false. And that's what we're going to do in a second. If it is false, then you have a bunch of options that you need to adjust. First of all, you need to have, I keep clicking on that shit, gear speed threshold. So you have like first gear, like index 0 is the reverse gear. It can go up to 40 kilometers per hour max for Ford Crown Victoria, as it seems. First gear goes up to 82. Second gear is up to 145. Third goes 177. And fourth goes 177 again. I'm going to delete the last one. So yeah. This is the maximum speed for all your gears. I would say one of them is wrong, so I would set it to 165. This is AI, sometimes they do that. And for the gear push forces, this is pure torque that goes into your car per gear. So reverse gear has like 6,120 to 6,120. By torque, I mean force, not torque. Yeah, and then 7,495, 40,000, 4090, 2640, and then 1850. I'm gonna remove this last one because it only has 4 gears. So this gear speed threshold kilometers and gear push forces, they do exactly as it says. So gear speed threshold system, kilometers per hour, sorry, gear speed thresholds kilometers per hour. It's saying reverse gear can go up to what speed? First gear, how much speed can your vehicle go in first gear? Second gear, third gear, fourth gear. That's it. Gear push forces is the amount of force for each gear. And that was as easy as that. We already adjusted. Gear over speed percentage, 8 kilometers. Gear over speed kilometers per hour. It says 15. This is like on first gear, you can go up to 40 kilometers per hour. But if you push it hard enough, it can also go 15 kilometers more. So that's for pushing to the max. Gear over speed to torque drop percentage. This is like 80% of your vehicle torque will drop if you're in the first gear, but you're trying to go faster than its maximum speed. And of course, 15 kilometers, it can go above that as well. Downshift brake strength, it's like 3. It says RPM trend rise threshold. These are advanced automatic transmission stuff, or even manual transmission stuff sometimes. But this is mostly for the automatic transmission, to when they should change the gear, when they should not, or this will also indicate that, like, indicate the powertrain. Okay, so yeah, engine max power HP. Okay, so now from this one and down, it falls into the category of curvy system. Now I'm gonna turn this back to true. So we are using curvy system, so we can take advantage of curvy as well. And then we're gonna test both systems, okay? With curvy or without curvy. Without curvy, it was using these two and a bunch of numbers like these. It was until here. Yeah, so for the non-curvy system, we use these numbers. For the curvy system, we use these numbers, which are more advanced, closer to real-life performance, okay? Now I'm gonna use curvy as well. It was from here, engine max power. Was it here? It's curvy. What about the one RPM trend rise? Oh yeah, it's from here. So curve and torque, engine max power HP. So Ford Crown Victoria has 224 horsepower. Ford Crown Victoria has a torque of 373. Transfer case ratio, I have no clue about what it does exactly, but in physics, we have to care about it because it actually exists in real life. Physics consumed torque. I'll tell you what it is later on. This is for like when you set up your vehicle, everything's done, and then you feel like there's something happening. For example, you add some people sitting inside your car, you add some weights on top of your vehicle in game, and then your vehicle does not perform the same, but you want it to do that. So that's why you come here and you add a little bit of physics consumed torque here. For example, you say it's torque, right? You add like 10 torque, 20, 50 torque. For example, one person sitting in the car, he's like 50 kilograms. You add like 50 torque to see if it counter that. You actually give your vehicle a little bit more torque. But I separated the number so you can actually see how much artificial torque you're adding to the system yourself. Auto shift ladder, these are for automatic transmission. This is how it calculates when it should downshift or upshift, and like along with some other numbers as well, but this is one of them. So it should be 0.62, kick down throttle 0.68. These are the things that ChatGPT found online about Ford Crown Victoria. It's nothing that I should be worried about. 1200 for the downshift RPM, high RPM torque fade edge. Oh, should be 350. There is already. This is 0.58. It's already like that. 1.16 is my acceleration multiplier. What I would like to do is to have it acceleration multiplier to 1. So what it does is whatever the acceleration of your vehicle is, it tries to push it a little bit more. So 1 means your normal acceleration of the car. 1.16 means like 16% over the actual acceleration. So you're so you're making the acceleration better, higher, more efficient. I don't want that to happen. I want to set it to 1. So I want this I want to see what ChatGPT got for me without having a multiplier to my acceleration. So 1 multiplied by any acceleration there is actually nothing. So that acceleration actually not nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it at 1, not 1.6. And then if in-game performance didn't match the real-life performance, I come here and I increase this a little bit if the acceleration didn't meet it. Torque curve uses RPM. Oh, this is, by the way, I'm gonna set it true because it says so. If it says false, then it means that for this engine torque curve, instead of, for example, 650 RPM or 1000 RPM, you have to say like 0.3 out of 1. For example, this is whatever your max RPM. Your max RPM is 6,500, then 0.3 will be 30% of that. But now we said no. If we're gonna torque curve uses actual RPM. This is better understandable. It's not from if it was false, then this first number in the curve should have been between 0 and 1, meaning between 0 RPM, between 0 or mean RPM, mean idle RPM, all the way to max RPM, 0 to 1. But it's hard to understand. So that's why we set this to true and we set these to actual RPMs as their first. Their second one is indicating torque. So yeah, 0.4, so 42% of the torque at 650 RPM, something like that. So let's create the torque. I search for this and there we go. That's my torque. All you need to do is to create on this external curve. And I put it under, for example, BP. I name it anything I want. Save, and then double click on that. You start adding your points, which is over here. So the first point, 650, 0.42. Add 650, 0.42. I'm going to add another one. This one is 1000, 0.54. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this I button, click on fit. There we go. This is, I only add 2 of them just to show you. Then you select all of the points you have. And then up here, you click on this button and click on this linear and you click auto. So it will create a nice curvy curve for you. Okay, I'm not going to go ahead and do all of these because I already done it once. So I'm going to close that. I go here, This is where you see that torque shit that I did before was this one. So I'm gonna import that, and I'm gonna double click it. As you can see, I already added all of these buttons. For the sake of video, I did it off screen, off camera. So I'm gonna hit save. I'm gonna close everything that I'm not using, including this torque shit. Yeah. So next things next. Next things is next. Now, what's next is this one. Should be 40. We're learning nice and slow. 0.8. Downshift, lockdown, after upshift. These are for automatic transmission. Final drive ratio. And if you notice, we are inside the transmission section. Final drive ratio is 2.73. Gear ratios. So it says 2.32, 2.84, 1.55, 1, 0.7. And we do not have a fifth gear, so I removed that. So this index 0 is the reverse gear, and the rest are forward gears from 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And this is the gear ratios. Basically, I don't know. These are the, like, car racing, car guy terms. You can search online and to understand about it. This will take our entire video just for me to explain gear ratios, for example. The next one is this one, gear torque multipliers. It's, of course, it's a multiplier to the torque for each gear, in each gear. So I removed one from the end because our vehicle has only 4 gears, not 5 gears. As you can see, 1 for reverse and 4 for forward, 1 reverse and 4 for forward. Did we did it for gear ratios as well? Yeah. Drivetrain efficiency, 0.85. Mean loaded throttle, 0.05 as is. Fallback drive, 32.8. BAU suspension. I don't know why it changes the number. It rounds the number a little bit. It's not even rounding it. It has like 32.799999. I don't know why it didn't take 32.8. I have no clue. And then this is true. Use suspension drive wheel data. This means that it will go inside the suspension and it will take out the data like track widths and everything, like the wheel radius. It will extract it from the wheel data of your suspensions. Okay, that's why having your wheel radius set in your suspension visuals is really important. Whether you're using wheels angled mesh detection collision, or you're like, I'm talking about suspension modes, where you're using wheel mesh suspension mode, so you're using actual static mesh collision, or you're using a sphere collision or line collision, it's all the same. If you have this checked, you must set the radius of your wheels and track widths and everything inside your suspensions visuals. Anyways, what's next? Torque reference. This is the curve we did, and then the third section we already did that, like the center of mass, dynamic center of mass, this normal center of mass, blah blah blah. Actual mass. Did I actually do it? Actual mass. Yeah. This will override the mass of your static mesh that you have. Okay, so this is actual mass. You make sure you set this one. Section 4, downforce. I'm not gonna add any downforce because this week it's a Ford Crown Victoria. There is no spoiler or anything to it, but you can add if you want. As you can see, even ChatGPT didn't add any. Didn't add any. And this is for the suspension, by the way. These are vehicle and suspension simulation stability. This is actually this one. So when you click on your vehicle or class defaults, and then you go up here in under properties, you have a section called frame rate independency, and then you see sim frequency and everything, and you get the same thing on your 4 suspensions. Okay, if you go to simulation frame rate, you get the same here. So ChatGPT is helping you. You can ask ChatGPT to make your car performance higher. So so it will tell you what to change, what not to change as well. You can ask it. And this is for the suspension. It's telling me to set the suspension power to 180,000 and 5,200. So why not doing that to see how it feels, you know? So I go to suspension, springs, 180 and 5,200. This is what ChatGPT is telling me, and I'm gonna test it. And it says tilt suspension, return duration 2.5. Can I actually? It's here 2.5. Yeah, things are set. I don't want to touch these yet, but you have to. You can play around with it yourself. For the drive and brake, let's do this too. All right. So we have brake force on my force suspension selected. I'm gonna search for brake force. It is 1,350. No, I want my 1,500. Looks better. Looks stronger. I want stronger braking. Handbrake force. Yeah, ChatGPT is right. I'm gonna set it to 1,800. Should be higher than my normal braking. Brake stop kilometers per hour. It's okay. Braking. So I think we're good with the braking, but you can get crazy with it, and you can adjust this stuff as well. And guess what? We have more than this. If you dig into this suspension properties that I set for you, there's more. But for the sake of this video, if I'm gonna talk about all of them, we're gonna sit here until night. But I already configure it to some nice numbers for any vehicle, general. Okay, but again, you can just go through these subcategories. Like there is a section called grip and traction. Then you get your traction shed. Then you get your like feedback runtime, whatever. You can change them and adjust them to your liking. And yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna go down more. Master traction and grip. You can really work around with this. See, you can put your time and see what they do. But I highly suggest whatever you change, whatever you touch. For example, base lateral slip ratio. I paste it here. It says 0.28. It's different from the number that I have. You see that? And then look, after you change anything, you hover your mouse on it, read what it does. It says base ratio of lateral speed to forward speed required for normal drift detection. So this is telling me this is for detection system. This will not affect my car. And what's the detection system? You see on the hood, you see some information like how much I drift or not. And this is the detection system. You can talk to ChatGPT, it will help you out. I set it to something nice already. You don't need to touch it much more. Okay, so whatever you change here, make sure you hit start play and see what you actually change, and see what you read here. Go inside the game and see if the effect is effective. Okay, before you do anything, or it's not messed up. Anyway, nothing else needs to be changed just yet. I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna open Unreal. Oh, before this, I'm gonna go back to my ChatGPT. Go up here. I want to see what was the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour for this car. It was 9.8 seconds, estimately. So it's kind of equal to 9.8 seconds. That's the target. All right, let's try. I'm gonna hit play. Open it. Above that gear, up here on the purple one, right above it, it says launch 0 to 100, ready, last, none. So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. So 9.8 seconds is the target. 7, 8, 9 seconds. 9.95 was 0 to 100. Hee. Holding handbrakes. I'm gonna try again. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 4, 5. 90 kilometers per hour. 9.95. So this is great. You know what it's so close to what we want to reach. Okay, but what we need to do is to bring back. Remember, ChatGPT told us to put the acceleration multiplier to something, and I said I want to see how it feels raw. Well, I'm gonna put it back to what it said. because I feel like it can be even more accurate. So in my class defaults, search for that. How much was it? 1.16. 1.16. Compile, save, hit play. 1, 2, 3. 50 kilometers, 70, 80, 90. 8.4 seconds. It should be something in the middle. 1.05. First gear goes up to around 40 kilometers per hour. It goes up to, oh, it's a V8. It goes up to 80 kilometers per hour. Oh god, look at that. 9.43? Bro. So if I set it to 1, what happens now? I'm gonna try again. It was at 1 already. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. 70, 80. 9.93. Wait a second. We were looking for... So the number we were looking for was 9.8 and we got 9.95. So you're saying we only had 15 milliseconds difference between real life acceleration and our car? That's dead accurate. That's dead accurate. I can even make it super more accurate by saying 1.02 or even 1. Because I'm looking for 15 milliseconds. Wait. 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Rear wheel drive. 4 seconds. 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. This is so accurate. This is so... Oh shit. This is so accurate. The car shouldn't flip like that. We have to lower the center of mass now. So I'm gonna search for center of mass. Center of mass. Let's lower it to minus like 80, minus 80, or minus 70. Minus 70. Did you see the wheels jumping down? Okay. I'm gonna go max speed. I held nitro, nothing happened. I feel like my center of mass, it should go back a little bit. I'm gonna try to turn. Oh my god, minus 70 is too much for it. Minus 60, minus 60, and then I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. Maybe this makes my car more slippery. So these are the tweaks that we need to do to make it feel like exactly what we like. I'm gonna see. No, it's drifting a lot. It should go forward. 54. I mean, this one at the bottom, it will not be even effective unless I click on dynamic center of mass. When this is true, only then it will change normal center of mass to the in-air center of mass, like if I jump. So I'm gonna turn it off. I don't even need to care about these 3 numbers. But anyways, let's go. Bleak. So now I'm only thinking about this. Oh yeah, perfect. So the car is not slippery. That's slippery anymore because it's more perfectly balanced. So the weight is more towards the forward, towards the engine, I would say. So yeah, it's working perfectly. And as we go faster, we are steering less. And you can actually adjust that as well. All you need to do is to select your front wheels and then go to the steering section. And then look at this. Response, no. Where did I put it? Ackerman, speed and responses. Yeah, it's here. Steer angle at 0 speed, steer angle at full speed. So I can make it steer more the faster I go, or less the faster I go. Right now, it's less the faster I go. When I'm standing still, it angles at 45 degrees to the right and left, and at full speed, you can only turn 10 degrees to the right and left. And that's all you need to do for that. The next thing is that, like, I'm gonna test one thing though. I'm gonna place like a cube here. I'm gonna make it as big as possible. Oh god, why? What's happening? I don't like 5.8 weird systems like that. I'm gonna read like this, like that. Let's jump and see what happens. You know, we have air control, so in air I can tilt and things. My vehicle, see, I'm going to the right. I don't want that to happen. I want it to feel like Forza Horizon, for example. All you need to do is to search for something called balance. And inside this balance, you can click on something called manual air control. And I'm going to turn it off. No more manual air control. Now we have realistic jumping as well. I'm going to jump this. Yep. I cannot manually air control it anymore. I'm holding space bar, by the way, when this happens. What's next? I'm gonna bring these wheels back down a little bit, because initially it makes it look bad. Oh my god. Select all 4 at the same time, please. It's because of this. Holding control, selecting all of them, bring them down over there. Okay, what's giving me anxiety. And then if you feel like your wheels are stretching too far, you can adjust it. I mean, let me check. I feel like it's good. I feel it's good. Yep. Let me see. Pressing C, changing view. Yeah, things are working well. It's okay. It's trying its best to go up. The angle is too much. It can't go up. It's too slippery. Yeah, I can now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So visually, there is something we can adjust now. I want to tell you about awesome stuff that this system gives you. If I hold forward, it goes and then moves. You see, so the wheels is spinning in place more than it should to push the car, because I'm holding gas pedal to the metal, right? Something like that, yeah? And I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna say, no, this is called dramatic wheel spin. I'm gonna turn it off and see what happens. If I search for something called dramatic wheel spin in my suspensions, I can turn it off. Just watch what happens. When I hold gas pedal, there is no wheel spin anymore. I would do this for some city traffic and then something for AIs maybe, so they don't seem that dramatic when they're driving, so they're not holding the gas pedal to its limit, pedal to the metal. But for the player, I would keep it on, so they feel like, see the drive wheels, which are the rear ones. Yeah, yep. So that's how it works. Yeah. So what's next for this vehicle? Is a steering wheel. I'm gonna add a steering wheel to this vehicle. So all you need to do is to select your class defaults, and then up here click on properties. The first thing you see is the vehicle type and moving parts. Of course, it's not a tank, and for the moving parts, it says it's looking for something called steering wheel name to find. Steering. It means that you need to add a new static mesh under your car, and this is gonna be static mesh. Oh, it appears now. weird, right? I want to add this static mesh. This one is gonna be called steering. That's it. Steering wheel. It says it's looking for the name steering included in my static mesh. So I have steering. You see that? Make sure you do that. And now I'm gonna bring in my steering wheel static mesh. So inside the plugin folder, yep, you go here, content folder of the plugin. You go to general assets, and then over here we have our wheel. I'm gonna click on that, go here, and I'm gonna voila. It's it's the wheel. It should be steering wheel. There we go. That's the steering wheel. I'm actually going to rotate it 180 degrees, bring it forward a little bit, make it smaller, maybe like this big. Place it here. Should be smaller. Maybe that's fine. I don't know. I want to bring it forward a bit. Yep. How about that? Should it be here? Yes. Feels okay. Feels like it's in the right spot. And then guess what? I'm gonna add a seat, a very simple cube over, and then I'm gonna make it like that. This is gonna represent a very weird and small seat. I know Crown Wicks have a bigger seat than this for sure, but like it is what it is. Take it or leave it. Yeah, that's the okay. I'm gonna alt and hold alt and drag. Put another one like that. 190 degrees. Bring it down like that. So what do we say? Now if I hit play and press, oh, why it's not playing? Is it inside the ground? Yeah, it was. So I'm pressing CC and I can see inside. I can turn my wheel. Isn't that awesome? It's already working. Yeah, I like it. So that's how you add your steering wheel. And guess what? Inside your vehicle, not inside your suspensions. Inside your vehicle, if you search for steer class defaults, sorry. If you search for steering, you have a bunch of visual steering things here that you can adjust. You can adjust it's like which direction it turns. Maybe you have a motorcycle, it turns like that. Maybe you have a car, maybe you want to have the middle pipe of the steering and twist it. Maybe you have a controller in your car. So this is where you adjust everything you want. I have it on realistic. That's why it's turning like 400 degrees. I forgot. To the right and left. You can have it, or 900 it was. Or you can have it like wheel snap, or like it exactly turns as much as the wheel does. If I select that and I go here, press C, I go left and right. This is exactly 45 degrees to the left, 45 degrees to the right, 10 degrees at max speed though. So these are the different wheel systems. You have a motorcycle system. If I select that and play, I mean, it's not a motorcycle wheel, but you see how it works now? Yeah, these are the things that you can adjust yourself. I want to put it at realistic because that's what I want to see. There are so many things you can adjust. Just search for it inside the suspension or inside the vehicle. Anything in relation to suspension, springs, and the wheels, traction, grip, brakes, everything that's on the wheel and important for that, you have to search it on suspension side. Everything else you have to search it on vehicle itself. So that's what you got for that. Actually, to make it more beautiful, I want to select these two and alt hold Alt and do that. And as far as I know, the seats are connected in Ford Crown Vic. I'll say I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make it look better. Why is it doing this to me? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna give it a console right in the middle of these two. Yeah, or I make it like that. I put it here. It's just a console, right? Just like in the real life car, you get your middle console. I don't want it to stick out from the bottom. Yeah, I feel like it's good. And then after this, we're gonna put in our handbrake. So that's a big middle console, though. Yeah, I know Ford Crown Vics don't even have a mid console like that. It's open mostly, and then it has um like handles. Yeah, that's as much as I know for Crown Vics. So does it look like a Crown Victoria to you now? I don't know. It does for me. Looks bad. Oh, I'm going to remove these two. Okay, anyways, now I'm gonna place in my handbrake. So if I go to the class defaults and then in the properties, moving parts, these are all the moving parts you can add or remove. Okay, you see we have gas pedal, brake pedal, everything. For these, I'm gonna give you reference. So you go to plugin folder, and in the plugin content folder, go to vehicles and open one of the vehicles. I'm going to open this drift car for now. And we're gonna see how it was done here. You see, inside the drift car, I already added brake pedals, handbrake, shift knob, everything's there, right? So all you need to do is to have the exact same static meshes in your new car as well. All you need to do is to add cubes. It's simple, exactly like how we did for the sits. Now I'm gonna do one for the handbrake. But for Ford Crown Victoria's handbrake is under the on the handbrake is by foot, if I'm not mistaken. That's up to you. You can add it down there under your leg. So with your foot, you can press the handbrake, or you can add a simple handbrake over here. Okay, make it smaller. I have to turn this off. Something like that. So you just handbrake it, or like handbrake in this car, even though it's called handbrake, but it's done by your foot, by your foot. Yeah. Can I copy it from my GTR? Can I? Not this. Gas pedal, cylinder, clutch pedal. I'm gonna copy all of these. I'm gonna see if I can actually bring them in. Brake pedal, steering wheel, we already did it. Shift knob, and what's on it, this one and this one. So everything. I'm gonna copy all of these. Come to my Ford Crown Victoria and paste them here. Did it come? It came. So I don't need to do it over again for the video. I just want to bring it up a little bit. And these are under... Are they under anything? Then why did I lose size for these? I don't know. So this is the shift knob. This was also the shift knob. I want to bring this down. Oh, this is under that, right? So this... No. This should go under the... 5 goes under 6. And then... No, I'm messing up. So 4 goes under the 6. And then this should be like that. Why? What's happening? Let me just do this real quick. So I want this. This is the shift knob though. I'll bring it there. And then what is this? What was this supposed to be? This was supposed to be. Actually, I don't know. So oh yeah, I know now. This is for the head of the handbrake. We don't need that. I want to put this up here. Make it smaller. Yes. Put it under. This is number 3. This is number 4. 4 goes under 3. So whenever we move this, yeah, this is so simple, right? This is so simple. Actually, we don't need the base anymore, and this should go behind the wheel, something like that. So that's how you change gears in a Ford Crown Vic. Am I right or wrong? I think I'm right. Okay, just to make it visible, I'm gonna keep it like that. So chik chik chik, and then we're gonna set up things as well. So these are brake pedals and all, so easy to do, and we're gonna name it now. This should be named. So it says moving parts, right? Gas pedal, brake pedal, clutch pedal. This is gas pedal. This is brake pedal. We don't have clutch pedal for a Crown Victoria, so clutch is removed, and then this. Okay, and then what else? Shift knob, handbrake. Okay, shift knob is shift knob. Handbrake is gonna be called handbrake. Okay, I guess what? I'm gonna place it under the legs. I want to have that. Make it smaller. Make it like a pedal, you know? It's like a as far as I know, my Cadillac was like, it was a pedal, an extra pedal down there, which you could push, and you could that was the handbrake though. So we have it here as well: handbrake, gas pedal, brake pedal, and shift knob. I already set the name. Okay. Now, going back to the vehicle. Now we need to pointing mesh links. This is really important. This tells you how much you push the pedals, how much the pedals should be pushed or pressed, or what location or rotation should change whenever you press that button. For example, shifter 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, or 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here. It's all set here in pointing mesh. Sorry, not in pointing mesh links. Sorry. It's all done in another section called God, save. Where is it? I guess it was called visuals. Give me a sec. What is that? No. I'm searching for it. It was called pedals. All right. Even I forget what I did sometimes. I'll search for something called. Oh, okay. It's over here. So over here you set like which direction or rotation or location it should take. So for the shift knob, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna remove whatever there is. What happened? I'm gonna bring it back. Shift knob things should be removed. And then I'm gonna add a new thing. For the first thing, I'm gonna say it should rotate like minus 20 degrees in x-axis, right? So rotation offset minus 20 degrees because it's the reverse gear. Location change is minus 20 degrees. It's for gear reverse gear. Yeah. And for the location, I want to say Z is gonna be added by like 20. That's it. And now I want for the first gear, second, third, and four, offsets should be like plus 20 for all of them. Both rotation and location. Not location, not here. On z-axis. On z-axis 20. So yeah, this 0, this 20, this 20, this 20. So 20 degrees up and 20 pixels up as well. Up and down as well. And this one, I think that's okay. Let's see how the shifter works. Going forward, going in reverse. Oh, it's coming forward and backward. So I guess we're on the wrong direction here. It should be minus 20 in here. And then these are 0. I'm gonna test different ones, make sure I get it right. Same problem. Rotation offset, this 0 0 0 0 0. I feel like I know the problem. It still did the same thing. Holy shit, why? Shift knob. I can. Oh yeah, these are all -1. So this is first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Let's try now. Yeah, it's working, but in a very weird way. It should not go 20 up. So yeah, I'm gonna say 0 0 0 0 0. And this was actually right, I would say. 20 20 20 20 0 0 0 0 20. Needs a little bit of play. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? If I click on this, I said 20. Oh yeah, 20 20. Ah. See, I know what's wrong now. Location offset should be from -20 as well. For all of them. For all of them. Oh my god. Maybe it should be here. 0 0 0 0 0. This requires a little bit of play. I can't get it right. Should be 20. No, should be 20. Plus 20. Plus 20. Plus 20. Just tweak these around to come up with the nice numbers. Actually, you know what? We don't need an offset like that. We only need offset in Z direction. And that's only maybe 5. I know what I'm talking about. Trust me. Trust the process. Oh my god. Oh my god. -5 maybe. It's working now. It's working now. It's working. Yeah, you see what's happening? You see what's happening? This is forward gear, reverse gear, forward gear, reverse gear. Yeah, forward and reverse. There we go, baby. I mean, you can have a P gear with 0 torque or something, but like we don't want that. All right, that's a game. And then for the handbrake isn't working the way I expected, but brake and gas pedal is working perfectly already. I don't need to change much because those are done. But for brake pedal, the hand brake pedal, we're gonna fix that. So exactly like this shift knob, you have another one like called handbrake, and this handbrake is rotating. I guess it should not rotate. It should only change its location, its x-axis location, by a little bit. Let's say in x-axis it goes like 10 inside. Yeah, and 10 is too much. I want to say 5 and then 5 in z-axis. Really good. And then this is not going to be 5. This is going to be -5 in z-axis. It's going to be even better. Perfect. It's perfect already. It can even go more, like the handbrake can go inside like 10 and then 5 to the bottom. So yeah. And for the, you see, for the clutch you have it, for the brakes you have it, for the gas you have it, for motion, this motion, this is the general motion. You see pedal location motion and pedal rotation motion. Okay, and then you have your interp speed and like dead zone kilometers per hour, where it doesn't even change if you change that much. Anyways, so there you have it for these pedals. It's done. Handbrake, gas pedal, brake pedal, and your shifter. I would say this is too big, but it is what it is though. Now, enabling damage system on your vehicle. It's not gonna be hard. I'm gonna show you how you can do that. So all you need to do is to go to your Advanced Cars and Bike System plugin folder again. Open one of the vehicles, any of them. For example, I opened this motorcycle, and then go to Models folder, and then open one of these materials. I'm gonna open this M Rocket 3 material, and then zoom out. You'll see this giant piece of blueprint shit material code. You select all of these all together. See, I select all of these, not the rest of it. See, I select all of these. Control C to copy, and then go back to your vehicle, Crown Vic. Select your vehicle, and then on the right side, you find all of its material, right? You click this button to find the material, okay? And you right click on the button on this to find parent. This is the parent. Open this parent. What the fuck? Anyways, paste it anywhere empty. I'm gonna paste it here. And then take out this. You see that the last add code. Take out this. Take out the line. Calm down until you see. You put it inside world position offset. That's it. That's it. Save and apply. What I would like to see is to have two-sided material. That's what I would like to see. And then that's it. Now you go back to your Ford Crown Victoria. You see any material you have, any material. Let's say you have this material. I don't know. It's a black coat shit material. Again, you paste it up here. You drag from this add thingy and you place it inside the world position. If there is something else already added inside the world position, all you need to do is to add them together before you put them in. So you press this add, and then you add them together, and then you put it to the world position. Okay, so if you already have something connected to world position, make sure you add it to our code, and then put it into world position. All right, so that's how you do it. This is the piece of blueprint that you need to paste inside any of the materials you have, and you input it to you connect it to world position offset. And if something you are already connected to position offset, add them together, then put them in. It will not mess with your material at all. So let's hit play. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna place an object on the scene. I'm gonna Control Shift S to save. I'm gonna place a cube. Sphere would be better, but I'm placing a cube. I'm making the cube movable in the details panel, and I'm gonna give it collision. I'm not going to simulate collision, but I'm gonna say block or generate overlap heat events and simulation generate heat events or something. Why I can't play? Because I have to bring it higher. Play. They were intersecting. Okay. Now I'm gonna test collisions. Wait. I was aiming somewhere in the air. The vehicle is black. Probably we don't see it well enough. Oh, it's not working. It's actually working. You see, it dented already. I want to show it on the roof. What? Hey, stop. I want to bring it here. Test. Test. Did it bend or dent at all? I mean, it did in some areas. Let's try more. The vehicle is black. I don't see anything. I don't see it colliding. I don't see it's denting or something. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna do this. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, it's working. It's working. It's working. You see? You see? It's already working. Denting is done. So yeah, that's how you do it. It's working. So yeah, how to adjust this though? How to adjust this? If you want a super better dent and vehicle accident system, then I have another plugin you can buy. But just because you paid for this plugin and I wanted the advanced cars and bikes system to be complete, I added a simple dent system right now. So you have 8 different positions of your vehicle that can accept, at a time, only 8 places at a time can be dented. And that 8 places can be in one place. Okay? So if one place is hit and it's dented, and then 8 times, and then you hit from the other side of the car, it will undent the first one and dent the other one. But like if you purchase the plugin I told you, that's full dent. You don't even need that. This is so good already. You don't need to purchase anything extra unless you want a perfect game. Maybe your game is ready and you want to publish, and then you're thinking, hey, I want better accident system. Then you have that, and it's actually a really great pair if you want to connect those. But if you don't want, you already have it. I give you a simpler version of it here in this plugin. In ACABS, you have a simple accident system. Ain't that enough? If that is not enough, then you have to buy the advanced damage and deformation system that I have. Anyways, you go to your Crown Vic, you click on class defaults up here or here, search for damage. These are all the damaging things. Can it be damaged? Yes. No, not this one. Not this one. Not this one though. This is for the pawn. Open this damage subcategory of properties, and there you go. Enable runtime dents. It is enabled by default. You can turn it off if you want. You can turn it on, and you can set how much it dents, how big of an area should it dent, how sensitive it is. These are all the things you can do. Also, can you reset the dents? You know, as you've seen in the demo, if you press R on your keyboard, or sorry, if you press V on your keyboard, the V button, it will undent the vehicle that is already dented. I'm gonna test that. So I'm gonna bring my vehicle here. By the way, we just added this dent system only to one of the materials, the black side of the vehicle. It's pretty much working so far. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. It's dented in the back, if you can see, and if I press V, undented the vehicle, and there you go. You can turn it off and on. You can have it permanent dents. So any dents there is will stay forever, and if you hit from another side, it will not undent it. So that's actually a really cool option that you can have. So runtime dents stay forever when full. Keep that on if you want realistic. I don't want to keep that on because I don't want realistic. There you go. Now we go to the suspensions. Now, like, our wheels should have some suspensions playing around. Okay, how do we do that? I'm gonna go and see Ford Crown Victoria. We don't have a 2011 model, do we? 2007. It's not gonna be specs. And I'm gonna say the suspension. I want to see what type of suspension it has, so that makes our life easier. It has normal suspension type, though. It's actually angled a little bit as well. You know, at first I thought rear wheels are like trucks. It has like these layered suspensions. I don't know what they called, but it has pretty much normal suspension, just like any car. So let's add that. It's actually so simple. All you need to do is to create a second static mesh underneath each wheel. So I'm gonna copy and paste this wheel thingy, and then I'm gonna name it spring. And then if you go to your suspension, if you click on that, you'll see under setup component tags, it is already telling you you can have up to 2 springs, one on the left side, one on the right side. Okay, and you can have a base for them as well. So wow. Okay, that was my cat. So yeah, for the base ones, we're gonna come back to it later because we don't use it just yet. But for the springs, we're gonna add springs, and for these ones, not just yet. It's for another video, okay? It's for when we need it. We don't need it we don't need it now. We need normal suspension, okay? So let's go do that. Why do you need a base? Because base springs are connected to the base, and then we're gonna talk about it. You can read it. Hover your mouse. Component tags used to look at the left suspension base mesh. You get it? You don't get it. Even like I talk so much. I did talk so much for this video. I'm going straight 2 hours of content here. I forget even my name. All right. So I'm gonna bring this wheel to the side a little bit. Oh, it's not this one, by the way. Which one was we were adding? Which one? Balala, balala. It's this one. Okay. So it says we need to have left spring, right spring. So the name spring is not detected. Name left spring is detected. See? You see what I'm saying? So just because we are on the right, front left spring, I'm gonna add left spring, front left, front left, and this is not a left spring, by the way. This is the right spring. Why is it like that? Because this is on the right side of the wheel. So you have a spring on the right side of the wheel. You have another spring on the left side of the wheel, right? So that's it. Doesn't matter. You can have it left spring and put it on the right side. It doesn't matter that much. But when you are on a motorcycle, maybe it does matter. So I'm gonna put it right here. I'm gonna give it a spring static mesh. I'm gonna go to content folder of ACABS. Content folder, general assets, this one, spring. I'm gonna bring it here. There we go. We have our spring. I'm gonna make it smaller. Put it up here. I don't know why. Okay, I have to click on this one first. I would like to. It should be angled because I saw in the photos it's a little bit angled for Crown Victoria. I'm not sure I'm not sure though. Can I make it bigger? Yeah, I think I like it that way. So I'm gonna copy and paste exact same thing. I'm gonna call this one front right, and this is gonna be left spring, and I'm gonna put it under the front right. Reset its location, rotate it by 180 degrees. Where is it? This button. 180 degrees. I'm gonna put it here. Exactly here. Kind of like that. I mean, you can be... I'm gonna click on the vehicle and I'm gonna say visible. I make it invisible so I can see my suspensions. It's kind of the same place. I mean, kind of... No, it's not. It's not. It's really bad. Okay. I want to rotate... How much did I rotate this one? I'm gonna rotate it like 35 degrees and I'm gonna put it... Okay, give me a second. 25 to the right, minus 20. Okay, this one is gonna be minus 25 and minus 20. So just like this one, but the other direction. Okay, and it rotated 35 degrees. This is gonna be rotated by minus 35 degrees. So these are the front suspensions. It's too angled, but like it's for the test. You can do it yourself as much as you want. So I'm gonna copy these two. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna copy this one. Control C, Control V. I'm gonna place it under rear left wheel. This is gonna be rear left. And I'm gonna put it this one 0. So it jumps there. And this one, I don't want it to have any angle. Maybe only a little, like 10. Okay. And for the other one, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna put this one rear right. Rename it to rear right. Okay, 0. 10. And then 10 degrees. I think we're good to go. It should auto detect it. I'm gonna hit play in invisible mode. Look at that, it's already working. Look what's happening here. Ain't that so cool? Yeah. I feel like this is great. At least for me, I like it. Suspension is working, everything's set, and then guess what? You have a lot of settings for suspensions. So all I need to do is to search spring, and there you go. There you see. Look at the sheer amount of, for example, spring mean visual Z scale 0.05, spring squish multiplier. You can make it squishy or not squishy, and for this one 0.01. How much does that affect? Look, it now stays at a longer base. The springs, look. Yeah, I like it this way even more. And the squishiness, I can make the squishiness less. It's right now at 2. You can make it 1. You can make it half. You can make it 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't squish all the way down to 0 or something. So that's on you. I like it. I like it like this. That's my 4th Crown Victoria. I feel like it's okay, but the seats should be more accurate. That's on you. You can do it yourself at home. All right. So what else we got here? There are more things we can do, and that is axles. It's actually so easy to do. All I need to do, I just want to add one more static mesh. I'm gonna put it here. It's like cube 5, right? I'm gonna call it like rear shaft. No, this is axle. Rear axle. And I'm gonna make it like this, like this. I want to make it like this. You can make a cylinder or something. I'm just testing it with a cube, with a box, and then you position it exactly where you like. It's gonna be right in between the two wheels, just like that. So I'm gonna teach you a trick before I teach you how you can add an actual axle here. All you need to do is to drag and drop it after you set it up under one of your wheel meshes, under, for example, wheel rear right, and then you hit play. Look at that magic. There's already an axle, but since there is an angle to the wheels, you see, there is an angle to the wheels, especially when they are stretched or not. This axle doesn't look good. You can adjust how much the wheels bend or unbend when they are stretched or not. All you need to do is to select your wheels and search for something called bend. Wheel bend, yes, and max angle. It's bending 7 degrees when it's stretching. You can change it or you can turn it off. I'm gonna turn it off for a second so you can see what happens. Look, there is no wheel bending. It's a straight wheel. You see what's happening here? See? No bending. But if I turn it on, and you can, of course, you can adjust it or invert it. I'm gonna invert it and make it a weird thing. Look, it's now the other way around. It looks like an off-road car now. The wheels bend backwards if that's something that you may want. Maybe like a sports car or something. I don't want that. I want my wheel bends. Now I want a proper axle though. So I want to bring it out of this wheel. I want to put it back where it was. Now I'm going to go to my car, Crown Victoria or class defaults. I'm going to search for something called moving parts. So not moving platforms. Ba-da-ba-ba. Yes, this moving parts. Inside the moving parts, there is something called pointing mesh links. So these are linkers. I'm gonna add one link and see what happens. This is where the magic happens. I'm gonna say the first one is gonna called. You have to copy the exact name of your axle. For example, this one, the name was rear axle. I'm gonna copy that. Go to class defaults. Class defaults. Choose this one, and then over here, pointing mesh links. Create a new one. The name mesh to find is rear axle, and then start component. It's saying starts from where, ends to where. I'm gonna say start component is wheel rear right. Wheel rear right, and then end component is gonna be oh, this is not the end component. This is end axis or something. I'll tell you. End component is wheel rear left. So we're connecting the rear right wheel to the rear left wheel, right? Just like that. And then which side, which pointing side should be used to connect these two meshes together? This is, I would say, this is y-axis. Yes. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna classify. I'm gonna say this is y minus axis, and then rotate from the center or rotate from the start or end. I'm gonna say from start. Should it spin with the rear wheels? I would say no for the time being. Compile, save. Look what happens. Look how accurate. Even if your wheels bend, you see, it's a connection between two wheels. It's like magic. It's so good. I'm gonna drift a little bit using handbrake. Okay. I'll go here. Look at that. So you have your connection between two wheels. And you can now make it, yes, rotate, spin, and you have to tell it to spin from the y-axis and inherits the speeding of first component or starting component or end component. I said start. Look, now if I move, it's basically spinning. Now, isn't that so cool? Look what happens. if I'm off-roading. See, ain't that cool? Ain't that cool? All right, so that's it. Also, you can have the same thing for the front wheels. So using this combination, doing exactly what I did here. Look what I've done. So go to the content of the ACABS 2, find the vehicles folder, open it, go to Super Sport, open. I'm gonna save my work. Open this McLaren, for example, and then go to viewports. Click on the mesh. This is exactly our Ford Crown Victoria, but this is our McLaren S, or I forgot the name. I'll tell you because we have another video for this. I'm gonna go visible. Fair enough. Look what I've done here. So we have a multi-link vehicle over here. We are basically what I did. I placed a static box here. I called it differential, which is connected to nothing. I just put a box cube over here. I called it differential. And then I added one box here again, just like what we did right now. And I called it, what did I call it? I called it rear right link. I have another one called rear left link. And for the rear left, I connected the left wheel as the start to the differential as the end point, and this one start to end, which is this again, like from right wheel to the differential. And that's how you get your multi-link. You can actually have a look at it if you want to reference it. Click on McLaren, go to class defaults, properties, moving parts. This pointing mesh thing is, look, I have a shaft, front link. I have it for front and rear, both of them. So you can go as crazy as you can. You can even have something going from your steering wheel or all the way to the front wheels. So that's how you get the frame of your vehicle. Okay, so you can see I have my my shaft. I have my rear link starting from wheel right to the differential, and I have another one starting from wheel left to the differential. Okay, to the differential, to the steer bar. Okay, this is for the front. This is for the front. Oh yeah, to differential, from wheel rear left to differential. Yeah, things like that. So simple, so easy to do. And then I'm gonna talk about some crazy stuff you can do with this system. For example, holding forward and backward, W and S together, will do this. Yeah, or like, or you can actually donuts or anything at lowest speed. You have to be like, this car doesn't like to donut that well. It's doing it. I don't see the mesh. I'm gonna bring the Ford Crown Victoria back. So I'm gonna click on this, visible, back to normal. We have our link, just like just like the real life car. This is exactly like the real life car, I would say. I feel like it's a bit narrow. We can have a better wheelbase for this car, but it is what it is. I would say it's good already. And I can't see my suspension. It's down there inside the mesh. I can see it if I do it like that. So yeah, I would bring the wheels out a little bit, the rear wheels at least. Yeah. Anyways, that's on you. You can press C. Now, another cool stuff. You can go to your vehicle, search for camera. These are all your camera settings. You can add a new camera. You press C and you get to that camera. Or you can remove one of these cameras. Maybe you don't have it. Or you can change the location of cameras, rotation of the cameras. You want third-person view? There you got it. You want first-person view? There you got it. These are, for example, I have close follow. This is the first camera, which is third person. Then I have close follow. Then this one is a driver's side. I just named it and I tweaked these settings, and I have more or less lag or something. You can have the same thing on your you can have a look at what I did for each vehicle, and you get an idea. Okay, it's so easy. You can just go to the same place in the off-road vehicle Jimmy, and you get the same stuff, and you see what I did there. You do this for a super sport and see what kind of camera system I put there for that car. Okay. So this is for that. Now we're gonna go for the FX. All you need to do is to search FX, and for these I need collision sound attenuation, and let's find those. I'm gonna go to my general, like, to the plugin folder again, and then go to advanced cars and bike systems, sound. These are all you need. So what I'm looking for first is an attenuation, which is this one, settings attenuation. I'm gonna click on that, go back to my vehicle. I'm gonna search for attenuation, and I'm gonna paste it for all of these. So what does sound attenuation do? It basically says it's a 3D sound. The further you go, the less sound you hear. It's in-game 3D sound system, something like that, or even more. It's attenuation in general, doing different things, changing volume and stuff. So I would like to add them here. You can just not add them here and only add them inside of your cues, because there is an attenuation over here inside your sound cues as well. But I have it set for you in the vehicle, so you can have it. So then I'm gonna go to FX, not FIX, FX. See, under property, there's a section called FX. I'm gonna show it better. I'm gonna find it and open it instead of searching it. You see, under FX, you get all your sound and Niagaras and everything. So collision sound. Let's find a collision sound. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it in collision FX. We're gonna get back to it in a second. Why not now? Why not now? So I go to FX instead of sound. This is gonna be collision sparks. So I have this little Niagara system for you. So for the collisions, it feels nice and collidey. It like spreads of little pieces of metal. Horn sound, which I truly wish before I upload this last update, I rename it to honk, but I didn't. I forgot. So yeah, you go to sound, search for honk or horn. It's this one. I'm gonna bring it in. Engine sound. You have some engine sounds, which is this one. It's a looped noise of a vehicle or something. That's my engine sound. Engine start sound. If you remember, we have it like this is turned off. No, 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 no. Gear shifter, horn, general attenuation, sound. Damn, I couldn't find it for a second. I didn't read. God damn it. Okay. An engine stop. I had another sound. What's this one? So this is what I used for the other ones. Oh, not this one. The Q version. This is what I used for the demo vehicles, but you can have your own sounds. Gear shift sound cue. I think it's this one. It's like a tuk. Gear shift sound cue. And then nitro sound cue. Nitro. Actually, I use the same engine sound for the nitro sound cue, but it tweaks it's by itself a little bit. Nitro FX. Let's bring the Nitro FX from the FX folder. There we go. That's it for the vehicle. And for the suspensions now, I'm gonna select all the suspensions. Again, over here, I'm gonna go to somewhere called FX. FX or visuals, I don't remember. Visuals, indeed, should be. No, it's not visuals. Was called something else. Was grip and traction. No, I totally forgot. I totally. God damn it! What did I do? think it's under setup. No, I'm going to search for it. Skid. There we go. Skid Niagara system. I'm gonna bring the Skid Niagara that we have. There we go. Skid sound cue and skid sound attenuation. Again, from the sounds. The attenuation, I'm gonna bring it here. And for the sound cue, we had drift. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this in. Skid audio. No. That's this. That's one. I'm gonna hit play. Perfect. Yeah, bro. I already feel American. Yeah. Okay. We have like we can change the collision. Oh, we have dent, right? We can change the collision from the static mesh. I guess it's not accurate, but it is what it is. It's working. I press V, it dents back. Yeah, it shifts gears so nicely. I'm gonna play around with the camera a little bit as well, just for so that you know, camera. So I would like to remove the second camera. I want my third person camera. I want the driver. I want the hood, and I want the front. Yes. And for the first camera, I want it to be closer to the vehicle. So I set it to like 500 arm length. And I would like to give it a more field of view. So I go down until I see um, use field of view override. Yes, I want to make it to 100 and 10. Yes, I'm gonna go up a little bit. I'm gonna see how it looks. God damn it looks perfect. And the camera is too far down. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit, so arm location is gonna be like 0 or 30 above the vehicle. Yeah, and it's angled down a lot. I'm gonna make it less, -5 degrees. Really nice. I would like to have even more field of view, so 120 field of view, and then camera even closer to the vehicle. So arm length, I'm gonna have it 400, and then there is something really nice that I have for you, and it's a custom one. You can have camera lag, of course, just like your normal camera spring arm things you get, but you have this is something. You can enable camera lag. This is normal camera lag of Unreal Engine itself that you get in a spring arm. But what I give you customly is something called use. No, not that one. Camera rotation lag is there. Okay, I'll tell you. I find it. I don't know where I placed it. Yeah, use speed based arm length. It's already enabled. It goes from 100 to 300, which is not much. I would like to see it go from this is max lag speed at 150 kilometers per hour. I want my camera to be stretched as much as possible. And arm length stretch, I want it to stretch like 400, and arm length intern speed is okay. Like it's how fast it does that. And then use pawn control. No, that's experiment. I'm gonna move. Look, the camera is getting further away from the car the faster I go. And this is not the normal spring arm rotation system. This is a custom one. This works much better and smoother than the one we get. Yeah, I would say this, like, we can make the suspension softer. It's too stiff right now, but these are the things that you can do yourself. Yeah, it feels good and it's sluggish like the actual real car. I mean, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 10 seconds isn't that big of a deal. Now, things that I genuinely suggest you to do is to go to your project settings, and then make sure you have your framework framework frame rate. Okay, right now I have it at fixed frame rate of 60. This is the package. So the package version or in-game version or test version is gonna have 60 FPS. If you have it off, the vehicle system that I made will automatically convert your vehicle system to 60 FPS. So don't worry about anything. It's already frame rate independent. Okay, I'm actually going to show you the difference between um I'm gonna set it at fixed frame rate. I'm gonna set it to 30 FPS, and we're gonna see the difference between 30 and 120. Okay, so it's working as it should. You can test it yourself as well to see what's different. And then if I set it to 120, and by the way, I don't have a strong PC like maybe like you do, or maybe, I don't know. I have a 3060 though, but 120. You see, Unreal Engine's physics system at 120 is working definitely. But vehicle system is perfectly running. I feel like my system is now having a hard time doing what it should, but you can test it yourself as well. You get the same speed, you get the exact same behavior as you get in 30 FPS, in 120 FPS as well. But my system is right now struggling a lot. One thing you can do to counter this and make it better is to go to your vehicle, go up here, and go to a section under properties called a frame rate independent or something, and you can have it adaptive transmission, for example, or you can have it like frequency to 120, just like that. I'm gonna have it for the wheels as well. Simulation frame rate 120. I don't want it to be adaptive. See what happens. I'm gonna press R. See, you can adjust it by your hand, even though my system cannot handle more than 60 FPS right now. I'm gonna bring it back to what it was, both, because what I set for you is already something nice. So it was at 120, but my computer couldn't handle more than 60. Did you see that? I'm gonna set it to like 45, which I think is the best for me. And I'm gonna play. So these are the things you can play around. You see, Unreal Engine physics system came back. Vehicle feels the same. And then one way to test this system is that you can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour and see the distance. It's gonna be exact same thing you get in 30 FPS, the same thing as you get in 120 FPS. So I tested it myself already. Nothing is gonna be affected. All right, so there you go. You get your system. Yep, but you can still tweak around, tweak these numbers like frame rates or something. I would like to keep it around 30 always instead of 60, but it's on you. Sub-stepping, of course, you can enable sub-stepping in your system as well. Just go to your project setting and search for sub-stepping. Sub-stepping. You can enable it, and then you can play. See, it can make it better or worse. I don't know. You can test it all, but the system is already so solid that it supports sub-stepping as well, just like AAA games. Just like the way it should be. And you have tons and tons and tons of more options for your vehicle, for your Crown Victoria to be better looking and more accurate. Just search for them. Just go to your vehicle class defaults and see what we got. Vehicle type, moving parts. But you know what? In the next video, in the other videos, I'm gonna create a motorcycle, a tank. We're gonna create multiple things, traffic, AI system. So don't worry about those. If you watch all of these tutorials, you will understand everything. If you don't watch them, you already know everything, as much as you need. But make sure you go through these one by one, see what they do, see how they feel if you change them, because there are so much going on that I can't cover in this one video. So maybe one day, not one day, definitely. We have a PDF containing everything about these. So the full documentation, it's actually available, I would say, because at this time I'm recording, I may not have uploaded, but I'm gonna say you can download it in the description below right now. Right now, you can download it in the description of this video. It's a full documentation of whatever you get in Advanced Cars and Bike System V2, going through every single property you can adjust in the game. Okay, so yeah. And that PDF will also be updated and be more understandable as we go, because this is a big system now, still easy to use. Only a few more things, like small things. You can select your Crown Vic class defaults and search for Nitro. Here are the Nitro systems you can do. You can enable it and you can say how much force it applies. I'm gonna disable it now, holding Alt with Nitro, right? So I don't want Nitro. Also, we don't have Nitro. No, it's already there. You remember, this is the mapping. This is not I thought this is the FX. We did the FX, but I don't want to see Nitro. Anyways, if you have Nitro, that's for another video though, but you have to have exhaust tip. So you need to add a new static mesh, just like these cubes. I'm gonna add one more cube. I'm gonna call it exhaust tip. So this is I'm gonna show you how it works, by the way. So you must create a static mesh called exhaust tip. Go to your vehicle moving parts. If you can see, there is left exhaust tip and right exhaust tip. Where is it? Not exhaust tip. I was wrong. So I'm gonna have another one. This one is the right one. Doesn't matter if it says 1 in the end, but you can remove it. So these two, I want to put them all at 0, 0, 0, bring them here. I don't even want a static mesh model. But did I mess? I think I broke Unreal. I think Unreal's gonna crash on me. No, it didn't break. So I have these two exhaust tips. I want to make them smaller. And for the left one, I'm gonna put it on the left side. This right one over here, this left over here. So, and then by the way, you have to rotate it 180 degrees, because for the Niagara system that I have, it works like that. I'm gonna put it right here, maybe like that. Easy as that. Now compose save. Let's go in. Oh, I have to enable the Nitro as well. Nitro, so I disabled it by default, but as a mistake. And I'm gonna make it like 80, so it's more powerful and it's feasible. Look at that. Woohoo! That's your Nitro. Okay. So for the other things, like you can select your wheels, and you can search for donut, and then you can adjust the donut minimum speed required to doing a donut. You can search for grip. You can have less general grip, so your car is more slippery. You can adjust how much grip you lose, and on handbrake or normal or whatever. I'm gonna try it now. It's much more slippery right now, as you can see. It kind of drift a little bit more. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's doing a donut right now, kinda. It's a really big and heavy car, but you have to adjust it the way so that it does donuts if you want to, if that's something you want to. So grip and traction. If you search for traction, you have a traction system here as well. By the way, if you go to your vehicle, you have something called arcade steering system. Maybe you want your system to see. I enable this arcade steering system, so it completely it will add your steering wheel. See, if I go right and left, you can't see much here. I have to make it have more angle. Like at min speed at 5 kilometers per hour it starts. Min speeds like 40 degrees, 500 degrees, or like, oh sorry, like 400 degrees, 50 degrees at max speed. Look at that. Look what happens when I move. Okay, this is arcade steering. It will help you a lot if you go in the settings and see how you can adjust it. It will help you a lot. All right. Oh my god, at 5 kilometers per hour, I can do this. Anyways, so you have this arcade steering. I would like to keep it off to make my vehicle look as realistic as possible. But this actually has some use case when it comes to motorcycles a lot, because they have one wheel and it's in game. Your physics doesn't understand the sometimes the collisions well enough, so you enable this. But even for the motorcycle, I don't enable this unless my motorcycle is not well tuned or something. Or for example, in the project's motorcycle, I enabled this arcade system for motorcycle, but in a very subtle and little way that you wouldn't even notice. So it's there. It's a nice thing to have. Arcade max steering angle. That's for the visuals. If you search for a steer, so for the visuals, you can also change stuff. There are more. For example, honk. We didn't test honk. It works. Pressing G, turning it off, and turning it on. Remember, it was 0.3 seconds. Yeah, it will take 0.3 seconds for the car to start. Yeah, I like it. So pressing G did that. You can start the game with the car engine off. Engine starts on begin play. No. Look, I cannot move. I can steer, but I cannot move. Why? Because it's off. I have to turn it on. So this is great for the cars that are parked or not possessed yet. So yeah, there is much more to this system. That's like, I'll go crazy if I'm gonna talk about all of those in this one video. But for more, I'll definitely get back to this. One thing that I didn't mention was this hood and the information in it, which I'm gonna do right now. How can you access or control it or change it in the way you like? Let's go ahead and see how we can do that. You just double click on your vehicle blueprint, and then click over here or class defaults on the right side in the details panel. If you don't see it, you open Windows details panel. Just search for hood like that, and then you'll see it. You can disable or enable it, and for the first part where it says like press X, G, WASD or something, you can change that part to your liking if you want to. But if you don't want to see it at all, just click on this button, show debug hood. It's no longer shown. Let me show you. As you can see, there is no hood anymore. What's next? You're gonna have access to those information. Of course, this vehicle system is easier advanced as the name suggests. So just search for it. For example, you're looking for speed. Just search for speed, and there you go. You'll see your speed. This is everything about the speed, not the camera though. So in the debug section, you'll see cached speed kilometers per hour. So most of the things you see on the hood have the pre has cached in their naming. Okay, let's say it like that. So if I search for cached, you'll see a lot of information here from the transmission in the debug section. Cache the speed, RPM, steering debug, everything is available here. If anything else there is you want, you can still search for it, and it's it's documented well. So whatever you search for, you can have access to. Anything you see on the hood. Let me see if I can see it. Oh, it was off. Oh, I'll turn it back on. Go here, play. So I see right now it says, for example, nitro, grip, wheel grip, drift state. You can have access to all of those. Grip, cached drift grip, for example. So these are the things you can have access to. Also, you can go to your event graph. If you don't see event graph, it's under Windows. Again, is it? There must be, okay? So you right click here, and you search for it. For example, cached, you get access to all of those. I'll see if I go down. I have to say get, right? Get cached. For example, get cached 0 to 100. Say get cached the last 0 to 100. Get cached the best drift score. Get cached. I can search for speed, for example, speed kilometers per hour. So anything you want, just search different technical phrases of that thing when it comes to vehicles and cars, and then you'll eventually find it. Everything is blueprintable. You can get things in blueprint and set things in blueprints. Actually, some of them. So yeah, that's how you can access your hood. With that said, I think we wrapped it up. Now I would like to test out the car that we have with the real footage of a real Ford Crown Victoria. See, I have limitations here. I don't have access to YouTube, so that's why we're gonna do it a little bit differently this time. But it's fine. I downloaded a video from YouTube, but like the maximum quality I could download was like 360 by 420 240 or something like that, which is really shit, but still it's gonna help us. This guy reviews Ford Crown Victoria. Anything they had, it actually looks like our car, like it must, right? Because it's a Ford Crown Victoria, right? like that. And then you see, even in real life footage, you see the wheel width, the track width is kind of the same. So yeah, let's go and jump into the section where he tests 0 to 100. It's actually great if you watch a video of the car that you're gonna make. You can see its performance before you make it in the game. So this guy is doing 0 to 100 over here. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. I'm gonna hit play here. Yeah, wait. Where is his? Give me a sec. Yeah, he's doing a 0 to 100. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing it in my game as well. So yeah. Okay, we got it 9.88 seconds, but he got it 9.1 seconds. Maybe ChatGPT was right. Maybe I should set the acceleration multiplier. I can bring it higher, 1.11 or something. So let's see if he can get. He's actually getting 0 to 60 miles per hour, 8.6 seconds. But like 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is like 62 miles per hour, like, right? So 100 km to miles.
Yeah, it's about low mid 8s on the 0 to 60. So there you go. And let's continue driving and then wrap up this test drive.
Yes, so we're looking for 62 miles per hour, which he has it on the screen, and he got 9.1 seconds. And then in our project, I just increased the acceleration a little bit. Let's try. This is exactly the same thing, 9.05. So that's how you can work around the acceleration. But oh my god, but there are other things you can adjust in the game. Sometimes you feel like, all right, 0 to, I mean, it's changing the gear late, or 0 to 40 kilometers per hour is not matching, but 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is matching. So you have to tell this to ChatGPT that, hey, I need slower acceleration at first, more in the closer to 100 kilometers per hour I get. So these are the things you can tweak. You have cool stuff. You have cool stuff you can adjust. Like if I go to a section called transmission, my favorite part of this, and I scroll down, you'll see a section, for example, it's called drivetrain efficiency. See what I'm saying? You can change these more, makes the car more sluggish, or like start slower but ends faster, things like that. You can adjust all of these to your liking. It's not like you just need to change the acceleration multiplier to get the acceleration you want. Maybe you actually want real life feeling of your engine uh, yearning to reach to 100 kilometers per hour, and then you drop the efficiency down or something like that. I don't know. You can try those, but I highly suggest ask ChatGPT, because there's a lot of number. When I say ChatGPT, I mean the AI of your liking. I'm using ChatGPT though. So yeah, that was it. I feel like we got it right. Everything seems fine. And that was it for this tutorial, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for purchasing Advanced Cars and Bikes system. I tried really hard to make this system as advanced as possible, to make it be able to be used in projects that require like real life kind of ish cars, as well as arcade cars, because you can have forces directly instead of curves as well. So this is on you. You can change settings as much as you like. We have our Ford Crown Victoria, basically like in real life, but in Unreal Engine. This is so cool. If you have any questions, make sure you join our Discord channel. Ask their Discord server. Ask anything you want there. I'm there to answer you, like so many others are there active right now. They share and they talk about Advanced Cars and Bike system all the time. And yeah, if you have any questions, there is the place to get in touch with me. And here, YouTube, comment, like, subscribing will help so much. I mean, my channel is not a partner or anything, so I don't have any income from my YouTube or anything. This is purely for you to follow and see new tutorials and new plugins that are released or games that I make. So yeah, thank you very much for being around, supporting me, and using ACABS for in your projects. Can't wait to see what you come up with, guys. Share in the Discord channel, and other tutorials, by the way, can be found in description below. And this is gonna be this is actually the first tutorial I did for Advanced Cars and Bike System V2. For the version 1, there's already a video, you can watch it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, guys. Peace.